So since Zach wasn't here and I finally am doing a video just by myself, I just wanted to say how much I love him.
In my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away.
What's up, y'all? This is weird. It's just me. It's been a long time since it was just me on the intro. If you're new here, welcome to Stivers Homestead. I am Jen, and my husband Zack is at Lowe's. He went to stock up on some more wood, screws, supplies, and stuff like that because we are pumping out the projects. Quarantine has got us busy. He is on vacation this week, and he is not one to vacation and sit around and do nothing. He is the hardest working person I know, and he loves his garden and he loves his backyard. So he is doing all kinds of projects. I help where I can, mainly just holding boards here and there. But he is the muscle behind this whole homestead. I like to call myself the brains. But he's the muscle, and he gets everything done, and he is just amazing. He worked on a lot this morning while I was homeschooling the kids. We do homeschool our 2 children, and I want to show you what he did because it's beautiful. So minus the trash can, look at this beautiful garden. So we had some mulch that was red last year that was in between those garden beds. This year we decided to change it and do black, and I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. And today he expanded out and around, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. It looks so good. My stepdad also made these. He's got a rabbit and a raccoon. Isn't it so cute, eating its little apple? So they're cute little decorations to add. And then one more thing. Let's see if you can notice it back there. How cute is that? So we had one Bigfoot, Sasquatch, we call him Sam the Squatch, and he was on this tree up at our pond. We moved him over here, and then my stepdad added the mom and baby. Let's get closer so you can see how cute they are. Look at them. So they're walking off. Sam the Squatch has finally found his family. So mama has got her quarantine mask and her little scarf, and she's got a purse in her hand, but it's hard to see on here. And then baby back there has got his slippers and his mask and his backpack. And then you've got the bears roasting their marshmallows. How adorable is that to add to the pond? We love it. Our pond is our sanctuary spot. So for years, we wanted to clean this out. Mostly me. I just saw a retreat, just a beautiful retreat spot. We wanted to clean it out. We finally did. And then we built the kids a tree house so they get to play in there. We have our hammocks back there for me and the kids. We've got a big old wood pile over there in our fire pit. And this is just the new perfect hangout spot. It's beautiful. You feel like you are 1,000 miles from anywhere. And it's so much fun to have everyone over and hang out. So we've been working on this area hard and we really like it. And then from up top of the pond, you've got the backyard view. You can see the garden, the house, the pool, the greenhouse over there, and it's just really, really pretty. It's a perfect little spot. We do also have it stocked with fish. I think there's about 30 striped bass, I think they're called. So they're growing, we're feeding them, and they're like feeder fish basically. They're trained to the feed, and they're gonna grow, and then we can use them to feed our family or breed them, whatever it is. Look at the clouds in the pond. It's so pretty, the reflection of the sky. But yeah, It's just perfect. So since Zach wasn't here and I finally am doing a video just by myself, I just wanted to say how much I love him. And obviously I tell him that all the time, to his face. Every single day I tell him how important he is to us, but he is just the hardest working man that I know, and we are so grateful for him, so blessed to have him. He's so tender, loving, and kind, and patient, and hardworking always. He never stops. He never wants to. That's his choice. Believe me, y'all. I try to get the man to sit down and watch Netflix with me every night, and he doesn't want to. He says he works until he sleeps. He does take time for himself. He loves the hot tub, loves to get in and relax after a long, hard day, but he's just really special to us, and I know you all love him too, and we just wanted to appreciate him. It's not, you know, Mother's Day's coming, but that doesn't mean anything. We don't really celebrate that kind of stuff. I do believe it's important to cherish mothers and fathers, but if you have both in your life, it's just as important to cherish both. And you know, I don't go on Mother's Day asking to just lay around and do nothing all day, because he should get that same luxury, and we do everything as a team, always together. It's just really pretty. Look. I love the mulch. It's so pretty. So obviously we'll expand it over there too, and with these other beds, but we have to get some more and lay down some more weed tarp, so that'll probably be another day, because the project we're starting on today is the back porch. So when we moved in here, we just kind of threw some pallets down a few years ago, so we didn't have to step in the mud when on your way into the house. And we've replaced the pallets a few times. They're not ideal by any means. Obviously they rot quickly, they break, you know, people fall, they get slippery, and that's just been the position that we were in. We couldn't really do anything more until now, and we've decided to make it a priority. So he is an amazing carpenter. The man can build anything he puts his mind to. Don't let him tell you different, because he will say he's not a carpenter, but he is. So he went to get materials for that, and we're going to rip up those nasty, ugly pallets. If you've been to our house, you've seen them. They are not fun, and honestly, they're quite the safety hazard. They're pretty dangerous. So we're gonna rip those up and get started on that. It'll probably be about a 2-day project. We'll see. It'll probably take us into the weekend, and then we can get back to working on the garden beds and hopefully get the pool going. That was going to be now, but it's going to get too cold. We don't want to put the motor out and have a chance of it freezing and all that nasty stuff. So yeah, when he gets back, I'm sure he'll talk to you more about it, the specifics and all that. But if you're watching and you're interested in showing him as much love as I do, then just comment and tell him how amazing he is, how special he is, how much he does to inspire people. He is just one of the greatest people ever. So I love you, honey. Everybody else does too.
Jenn been taking care of you. Oh, my bad. Well, I am back from Lowe's, and I've got all kinds of wood. So clean the mud out of it. Old Graybeard let me borrow his trailer again to go get some wood so we can build this back porch. So what we're doing is it's going to be 16 foot wide and 12 foot long, and I'll show you how I do it. But the first thing we got to do is get those rotten pallets up. And y'all, I love a pallet, but not when it comes to this. So when we first moved here, and as y'all have known, we have a mud farm in the winter. It was a disaster. We didn't have the money to go putting in a deck, so we just put these pallets down to just try to make it. Well, they're sitting in mud. After a while, you can see right here, nice little foot hole that your foot just goes straight into. Well, they get rotten and they break. And it's quite the hazard for people, because we have a lot of elderly people that come over here. And I don't want any grandparent or anything to get hurt. I've hurt myself, about chopped my toe out, because these pallets, they get so slimy when they get wet. And I stepped out one day and I slid on the first pallet, and it was lower than the next one. My toe went right into that. I should have went and got stitches. But I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. I just wrapped it up. Whew. If you've ever had a gash and allowed it to grow back on its own without stitches, might be one of the top 5 most painful things I've ever been through in my life. It was almost like you had like a pulsating, you knew it was getting ready to happen. And it wasn't all the time, but you like had to like fight through that. It felt like an hour, but realistically it was probably about 5-10 minutes of just excruciating pain. It did that for probably two weeks or so, and the toe still aches today, and that's been like 2 years ago. So, long story, but the dangers of using pallets as a back porch is gonna be gone. But now they are soaked in mud, heavy, rotten, and now we gotta get them bad boys up, and that's gonna be the task all on its own. So let's get right at it.
Hiding from the shadows, try to act like I don't care. If you see me in the streetlight, you believe that my faith is gone. But there's a star from a lonely soul that will guide me home. Some things come easy, some things slip out of your hand when you're down.
Okay, the pallets are gone. Now we can actually start constructing this back porch, which I'm super excited about. And I got Bradley. Y'all haven't seen him in forever. It's been Jenn, but he was my first true blown helper outer around here, and he's back. So we're gonna build this deck. Well, it's time to get started.
I've got only you on my mind, on my mind, on my mind, on my
Okay, so I think you all just got to see us take up the pallets. And then we've been just powering forward trying to get this thing done today because we need a way to get out of the house without anybody hurting themselves. And with 2 small kids, you need to move quick. So we did the frame. As I've told you all here before, there's not a level piece of ground anywhere that we're on. It's close sometimes, but it's never level. So I've had to kind of work within our elements here. This is 100% level, but it's a little bit of an unconventional deck. So usually you put the joists up like this. Well, I had to lay flat on top. Well, if you do that, you're gonna bow unless you put supports under it. So I basically kind of took my rule that we did for the hot tub setup, and I put bricks underneath everything. So this thing won't move, and it actually is gonna work out to where it'll be more secure than even doing it with just joists like you normally would a deck. You can kind of see it back there, what I'm talking about. Because this side over here is my high side and over there is my low side. So everything has bricks underneath to make sure it doesn't bow. And now it's sturdy and it's level. But we put our boards on to screw it in. That's the next step. Unfortunately, my Lowe's I went to, they only had 23 of these decking boards, the 12 footers. So it's not enough. I mean, I knew I needed 33, but they just didn't have it. So I went with what I got. Go ahead and get this. At least it got to the door, and there's a little bit, I don't know, I'd probably say about 4 or 5 foot left. I'll go to a different Lowe's maybe tomorrow and try to get the rest of it. But I will be very satisfied that I did this from, well, Bradley and I. And Gress even helped bring in some boards. From about 3 o'clock, there was pallets sitting here. And right now, it is 6:01. So in 3 hours, we've gotten to this point. Now all we gotta do is just put the decking boards in. Let's go. The deck is done.
Done.
3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
I did all that I could. I would have done more, but they were out of voice. So mark it down, 3 hours and 30 minutes. I got all of this done.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
On top of the mulch, on top of filling the beds, on top of Jen doing all of the things. She had to go water and feed and all that stuff. So I think today marks one of the more productive days here at Stivers Homestead, that's for sure.
He told me it would take 2 days, but it did not.
It didn't. I didn't. Quite surprising how quickly Bradley and I moved putting that thing together. But we are very happy.
Mhm.
It's been a long time coming for this.
Yes.
She's pushed for it for a really long time, and I've drug it out.
Yeah. I think he thought it was going to be harder.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
I think it was more I was
Looking back, it seems like a really simple thing. to
right.
do.
Should have done it a long time ago. But you know, it is what it is. We got it done now, and that's
Yeah.
what the most important part is. So, what a day!
Yeah.
My goodness. I
So
hope
any
y'all.
of you who come here, you will not have to fall on the pallets anymore.
Right. You're welcome. All right, y'all. Well, I am pooped. So I am going to sit back and probably have a drink and listen to music and hang out with them and relax.
Yeah.
Well-deserved one too.
Y'all,
Oh, yeah.
don't forget what I told you to say in the comments.
I guess I'll wait to see what she said. Well, I guess when I edit the video, I'll figure it out. But still, do whatever she said to do. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
Yep. And ring the bell.
And ring the bell. All right, y'all. Until tomorrow.
We love you.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.